twin sister duo AAries is back on the scene with their brand new single entitled Better Days. We spoke with them last month about getting their start by collaborating with Musiq Soulchild and how some of the setbacks they've endured in the music industry have prepared them to move forward independently.
It's a movement, it's a movement, it's a movement, keep it moving. We are movement, we are movement, we grind.
I am Toya Haynes, and I have the pleasure of being here with the lovely, lovely duo AAries, Ayinka and Ayana.
Yes.
It is so wonderful to see you ladies. Hello, long time. Long time. Now, you may recognize these ladies from videos like Musiq Soulchild's Girl Next Door, For the Night. They also have done some songs in their own right, and they're just beautiful ladies. I mean, clearly you can see. But there has been some time where we've been missing them. And so we're going to talk about their newest single, Better Days, them being back on the scene, what they've been doing since that time, and what's in the future for them. So let's talk about where are you from? Because we know Musiq Soulchild's from Philadelphia. We assumed that the girl next door was also from Philadelphia. You were in the video.
There is.
Where you guys are from?
We are from Arlington, Virginia. We're DMV girls.
Okay.
Yes. And then, we moved to Philly. We came up here for college and we stayed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you two were really a part of the scene, like around that time. Around like what year was this? Let's say.
Oh. What? Must we give years? No.
Okay. We won't give years. We're gonna give years. Let's give eras. Let's give eras.
Well,
Like
back
the early
Five Spot, Black Lily.
That's what I was about to say. If I say Black Lily and you know what I'm talking about because you were there and carded.
Yeah, we were carded. Yeah, no, I don't know.
There and carded with reason.
Yeah.
Then we will say
we couldn't drink.
that is fair enough. I think if you can remember that, I think that sets an age range. I'm telling a lot.
Yeah.
Talk about that time, because what I know about you is that of course you guys grew up singing together, singing classical music and gospel music, so you're familiar with that. But when did it hit you that this is what we're going to do as a career?
Can I take that one? It's weird. So like when we were growing up, basically classical music, gospel, right? And our parents had separated a while back. So my father had sent us a tape, and he had like all of this R&B music on it. And I heard the first time ever I saw your face.
So Roberta Flack.
Roberta Flack on tape. And when I heard that song, I just knew like this is what I want to do.
Wow.
Yeah. But then we would sing in like the talent shows at our elementary school, and it was the first talent show that we kind of did something together, and everybody was just like, oh my gosh, the twins can sing. And that was the first time that we had like showcased our talent in front of everybody at school.
Right.
And so I think that's when I got the bug. And then after that, I just wanted to sing all the time. And yeah.
Right. So at a certain point, you started singing backgrounds for music?
Yeah, I mean, we were all friends, so it just was like something that happened naturally. Like if we were down at the studio, it's like, oh, y'all want to go and get on this track right here. Hey, can you do me this vocal right here? And it just naturally progressed into, hey, let's go on the road with you too. So
so we were literally just friends singing all the time and recording demos, and Ayinka was writing, and so it literally was just something that was, I think, meant to be. But we didn't like set out to do it. It just happened.
Yeah. You all sounded very natural together. I remember the cover of Patrice Rushen, Settle for My Love, is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
You all sound incredible on it. It was such a beautiful collaboration. So it does, you're welcome. It sounded very, very natural. So from then on, you became AAries really as a group and started recording your own music. So tell me about that, because I know there's some singles and I know the album that you're working on is the first like full length album. So talk to me about that time in between with the soundtrack and you writing and other things that you had going on.
So people don't know, but like we were signed. We got signed to Atlantic Records and we recorded a full album and then it didn't come out.
Yeah, we were
at the store. I hate that you can like that's the story of so many people, all that time that you put into it.
I mean, we were literally in Craig's office, the president at the time, and he sat there and signed with us, you know, and Billboard took pictures of us and we're like, oh,
we're like, we're on our way.
And it's gonna happen.
Not so much.
And it was never released. And then we took a little break because, you know, Ayana and I were new, we were young, and we were just like, oh, so we wanted to take a little break. And then we started to record again and got like a production signing deal with Sony.
Yeah, so we got signed again with Sony.
Okay.
And the album did not come out. So
is it one of those things where it's like you sign, this is the story that I hear a lot. I watch a lot of Unsung on TV1, right? So a lot of times the story is we got signed, the people that signed us wound up no longer being there, or the team.
That's what happened at Sony. So the team ended up leaving. And so then, you know,
you get pushed by the wayside, you know?
Yeah.
But it's okay because God has a plan, you know?
All right.
And then after that, I went to find a relationship, get married, have a kid, you know. I just wanted to like, I don't know, start something else that didn't center around just having that pressure of music.
Right.
And it just felt like, okay, you know? So that's what I did. And Yana moved to New York.
And then I moved to New York.
And I was heartbroken because we're twins.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I went through a lot of sadness because my bestie, my twin, we always lived together. We went to college and lived together in college. We were roommates in college. So it was, you know, that can be traumatic for someone you've always been with and then they move away.
Right.
Yeah. So I moved to New York and then got into fashion. So, which was, you know, also a love of ours because we love fashion. And so it was like, okay, if I can't have the music right now, then I can have something else that gives me the same amount of joy. So moved to New York and I still live in New York. So we now are separated, but like we always loved singing. That wasn't it. It was more so the disappointment of not having the projects come out where we needed to step away just to find that joy again. And really be as authentic and real to ourselves as we could be.
Yeah, it's a hard thing when that happens because you have people that really love the music and then the business just can suck that joy out of it. The very thing that you love, you're like, I don't even want to deal with it anymore because this is what this comes with it. Is that why you decided to record Cover Girls and just put it out on Bandcamp? Just be like,
you know, we had some really great covers, and actually Ivan, he is known as Docs, one of the producers for a lot of music, and Jill Scott. And
Ivan Burris is his name?
Yes, Ivan Burris.
So Ivan, we had a few covers and Ayinka was like, what if we put this out? And then Ivan said, why don't y'all call it Cover Girls? Because and he literally was like, you guys always look like you're on the cover or something. and I was like, we could play off of that whole shtick of like cover girls from you know, Beauty and things like that, and all the cover songs. So yeah, we put it out.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it was fun to do.
It was just like, you know, no pressure. Let's just put it out and, you know, see where it goes, but just something fun to do and not to go away from our roots, which is always just singing and performing.
Yeah. And just beautiful, like soulful harmonies and music. Yeah. But the thing about it is too, it was like, people were asking like, are you all coming out with something? And so with Cover Girls, because it was covers, that means we didn't have to charge for anything. We would just put it out. And that's all we wanted to do, was just put music out there for our fans and for anyone who just enjoy good music to listen to.
Yeah.
So that was the whole premise to it.
I remember finding it. I'm not even gonna pretend I'm not a fan. I remember finding it.
Oh, thank you.
And if you have not heard it, please search it. It's on Bandcamp still. They do a cover of "Funny How Time Flies" by Janet Jackson, which is gorgeous. They do a cover of "Time Will Reveal" by DeBarge.
DeBarge,
yes,
It's on there, and just some other covers. So definitely check it out. I remember you all did a show at Johnny Brenda's. I was very excited to find out about this because I was like, AAries is back. Like,
Stacey, gotta give Stacey love for
Stacey
that.
Wilson, you gotta give love to Fly Girl. Stacey Fly Girl Wilson.
yes,
yeah.
That's
and we gotta give Laia love because she hosted it for
and Laia, absolutely.
Laia, much love. Absolutely. And DJ Aphrodisiac, you know, because
she came and spun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that was
when was the 20?
We Got Your Request?
Yeah. Was that like 2015?
I believe it was. And that was the last that I had heard, thinking, okay, something is possibly about to come out. Okay, so now we're in 2022.
Well, see, We Got Your Request. It was 4 songs, and that was meant to be 4 songs.
Right. It's so funny because, like, you know, me and Yana are very like shy, and people don't realize that about us.
Introverted.
We are, and people were writing like, are you doing any songs? Like, what's happening? So they were like, okay, we'll just do like 4 songs, no pressure, you know, put it out. Yeah. And then we said, we got your request. We got your request. So that's how we came up with that name. Like, got your request. Yeah.
And so I'm so glad to hear that Better Days is out and you're working in such a way that you don't have to wait on a label to say whether it's coming out or not. So tell us where you are right now, how you're taking charge of your music now. You're working with Rated Art, who's a producer in Philadelphia. So tell us,
Brian, yes, Rated.
Yes, shout out to him. So tell us
you. You know, it was good. One of my closest friends, Connie, she was like, you know what, Yinka, like, you and Ayana don't have to have any pressure. Just write, do what you like do the sounds you want to hear, and then come out with it. Which is weird because we started right before the like maybe 2 weeks before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was like, what? And you know, Ayana's in New York. I'm in Philadelphia, outside of Philly. You know, my husband and my little baby, like, I remember she was just going to school. So it was like, are we going to get this done? We were a little nervous. It was like, how are we going to get this done?
Because now we can't really be around each other. So we did a lot of Zoom sessions.
We did a lot of Zoom, like writing. But yeah, you know, through the grace of God, we got it done. We got to like figure out some schedules because I was very apprehensive. I was scared. You know, I was one of the scared ones, like didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. So as soon as they made me comfortable, then we were able to like keep going and writing songs. Yeah.
Okay.
And so the project, you know, again, Marcus is amazing and he's so talented and he is so versatile that like we would be like, okay, we want a song like this, and it would just be, you know, so very easy for him to kind of put together, and then a Yinka with her ideas as well, and then sitting down and writing. But it is very intimate, and it speaks about some very vulnerable things that we've gone through. And I can't wait for everybody to hear the project.
Yeah. Better Days is a very uplifting song, and which I love. And I love that it's very ethereal. in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. Like in a way, it's not what I expected, but I definitely wasn't disappointed. It's very ethereal. Talk about just
say not expected.
yeah, well, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect, because it's been some time. So I wasn't sure.
What are they gonna come out with?
How they gonna sound? No, but okay, with Better Days, it's so funny because so it is a social conscious song, right? Like it's about us. It's about what we deserve, right? Yeah. But I remember saying to Ayana, like, well, my husband, he like really loves hip hop. He's like, y'all gotta come out with like some social conscious song. And I'm like, I know that. Like I've been wanting to do that forever. But I didn't want it to be like,
we didn't want it to sound like,
no disrespect to anyone, like just corny, right?
Yeah,
you didn't want the music to sound militant. Like,
just
the music itself.
Like it had to feel cool at the same time.
Yeah, we didn't. We wanted you to like play it and then be like, wait a minute, what did they say? Because those are the type of songs I love to hear. What's going on, and I'm not by any means comparing myself to Marvin.
No, we're not.
Just how cool it is. It was just like, wow, what was that again? Can you play that song again? And then you start to hear the message. But that's how we wanted to like execute it. And then when we did it, I was just so proud because I was like, oh, okay. It was.
I feel like it's thought provoking. It's thought provoking without musically sounding heavy. You understand what I'm saying? Like the musicality doesn't sound heavy. So I understand like that's the contrast between writing and music itself. And I think that's really, really great. There's I don't know if you're familiar with Salt, that project Salt out of London, not to compare, artistry or whatever, but they have some really unique things where it's like really happy. And then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh,
right. Yeah. Like that's what we were going for, uplifting, but at the same time, like thought provoking. But don't forget, this is still what we deserve, and this is what we've been through and what we continue to go through. But we also don't want you to be down about it, because we are resilient and we are strong, and we continuously turn anything you give us into gold. So
don't forget where we come from. Like don't like forget. If you wasn't taught or you don't know, we come from greatness.
So both of you write?
Yes.
Both of you write? Okay. So I know that the songs that you're doing, you're writing. What have you written before? Because you mentioned something to me pre-interview.
Well, come inside. So on the Johnson family vacation soundtrack, when the movie's on and they're in the hot tub, that is us. But we wrote that song. Yinka and I wrote the song.
Come Inside, right?
Come Inside, yeah. But yeah, we write. We've been writing ever since our project. So ever since the first album with Atlantic and then with Sony, we've always been writers, due to the fact that like nobody can tell our story the way that we can tell it. And so it just makes it more authentic and so much more real. Right. If we are the ones.
But we've also worked with Harold Lilly, who is just awesome. I mean, one of the best writers, in my opinion, in the entire industry. But I mean, he's, that was like a blessing just to be able to learn from him and see, how he just naturally comes up with these songs.
Amazing. Yeah. And then also Marcus and Connie.
Oh, so, yeah. Absolutely.
They are our writing partners for this project, which is
great. Okay. Okay. Who else do you have on this project?
Just us.
It's just us. Seriously, just us. We felt like if this is our first album, like really finally getting it out there, we were just going to focus on us, our stories, and then how we want to relay it.
Right. Yeah. So when are we looking at this release happening?
The top of September. Yeah. Top of September.
All right. I love that. And how is it coming out? Yourself, self-publishing, self-distributing? How's that happening? So this is your own label. How are you doing?
Independently, AAries Music.
Okay.
I know I got to give a shout out to Ivan as well, because we have a track from him as well.
Great.
That we had to add this track onto the album, but definitely shout out to Dogs.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting. So Yinka, you're a mom.
I am.
You're
Yes.
a mom. You mentioned you have a child. And so how is, like, in your house, like what does your kid know about your singing career? Like, is this something that, because you've been in the game for a long time, once it starts happening, is this going to be a surprise? Or is this going to be like,
I mean, she hears us sing.
Mhm.
And it's so cute because when we're singing and harmonizing, she wants to join in, and I love
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I was like, "Are you gonna be a singer?" But like, I don't want to push her. But then I want to like when she's doing like a riff, I'll be like, "Okay, no, let's do that again. And let's break it down slow."
Pipe it up.
She's looking at me like, "Mommy, I'm 6." Like, so. But it's like I want to see if she likes to like really do music, but then I want to just back away and just let her naturally progress to something that she enjoys, So it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But she knows that we sing, but it's not like anything like, she just knows that Mommy and TT sings. That's all. That's all.
And we got our musical talent from our dad.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah. He would play jazz in the house all the time, or like when we went to sleep at night, he would make sure jazz was playing in our rooms ever since we were a baby. But he had a beautiful voice, and so we definitely got the talent from him.
Wow. How has moving, like you staying outside of Philadelphia and you moving to New York City, how has that contributed to your creativity? Or do you think that may have changed? Because now you have different perspectives. Different perspectives. You're in a very fast moving city of creativity, it's just different perspectives. How do you think that's influenced how you create now?
I mean, she is super creative. This one over here, designing homes and all this other things, but yeah, it definitely is different. But I think because we are so close and we talk every, other day or whatever that is, like we still have the same perspectives. I think it's just our lifestyles are different, but our perspectives are still very similar.
Very aligned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember you introduced me to a new artist. And I was like, oh, I didn't, this is great. Like, I realized that like you might discover an artist before I do. And one thing about me and Iyana, like we just love like searching for new music and new art. It's just, I mean, it's great. Like I'll give props to anybody. Like I just love to find good music.
Yeah. Plus, I think also I live in New York, so because of that, I do have just a little bit more access to like independent artists and up and coming artists, and love going to see shows in Brooklyn or hopping over to Harlem or in the city, like just discovering new artists as well. But at the same time, our lifestyles may be different, but our perspective is so completely aligned.
Who are you enjoying listening to now?
Oh,
anybody in particular?
Cleo Soul. Have you?
Okay.
Yeah. Love her voice.
And I mean, Jasmine, of course, I listen to her album all the time, but right now, because Jasmine was just like who I just was listening to. And I was like, I just love Jasmine's album. Her recent album is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But Cleo Soul, I also love, and I can't even think of their names right now, but it's actually what is it, like Fela inspired, just like Afrobeat. They're from, I believe, Nigeria, or Ghana, but I love the sound of their album, and I cannot think of the name right now, so please forgive me. But
yeah, okay.
Literally listen to so many different artists constantly.
Oh, and Eric Roberson right now. Lessons is it came on in the car when we were driving. I was like, Evo, what's up, Evo?
Chocolate milk.
Phenomenal vocalist. So we've established top of September. We're gonna look for, what's the name of the album? Can you tell me the name of the album? Is it Better Days, or are we gonna hold off?
We're gonna hold off.
Okay.
We will definitely release it though, so that everybody knows. Yes.
We'll let you know first.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to see you two perform again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can't wait to start performing and just getting out into the city. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Please let everyone know where they can find you online.
They can find us on all digital platforms. So iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, but let's hashtag please buy Black music. Okay. Because when we stream our music, we don't have the numbers. No one's buying it. So please buy Black music, please.
Yeah. One thing I say a lot is you can stream, but you could also buy. A lot of times for the price of a latte, you can also buy.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Toya.
No, they never gonna